This is me. I am Nathan, Nate, or Nathaniel. I am 23 years old, and I am Filipino Asian American. Growing up Asian American, there were so many stereotypes that came with that. Throughout my life, people I've met, my classmates, my friends, they would call me a chink, chinky, or that I need to open my eyes. It really didn't help that I was a boy too, and that meant even more stereotypical ideas that I had to follow in order to be normal. It's as I was growing up that I realized how many stereotypes we Asian Americans live with. Especially in my household, it felt like I was always in trouble. It didn't help that in Asian households we never really said we loved each other. It was always business with my parents. When are you gonna do this? When are you gonna do that? Why don't you have this? Why don't you have that yet? But your sister did this, you should talk to her about that. It always felt like I was growing up so fast. And although I'm grateful for all that, it came with a lot of stress, challenges, and emotional discomfort growing up that I still have today. Still to this day, it's hard for me to talk to my parents about what's going on in my life. This picture is literally me a couple days ago after confessing how I felt to my Asian parents. Keep in mind that I am 23. Also, I am a firm believer that it is okay for men to cry. I talk to my girlfriend all the time about my family, and we trauma dump with each other about our families. We were talking about therapy one day, and she asked me, "What do you think your parents would say if you said you're going to do therapy?" And I sat and I pictured it in my head if I actually told my mom that. And you know what she would say? She would say, "For what? Motherfucker, I need therapy." And that's the best answer I can give because I truly feel that's what she would say. Living with these stereotypes and unconventional ideologies, it definitely hindered how I felt about myself. Most of the times it feels like I'm just trying to run away from my home life. My home life was so shit that it felt like I could never talk to my dad. It felt like I had to learn some hard life lessons as a man on my own, whether that was shaving or standing up for myself, and especially when it came down to girls. I've learned more about my life and myself through trial and error, and sometimes I sit around and wonder maybe that's what they wanted. My parents raised me right though, I believe. They raised me with great morals and values. And while I'm considerate to others and do right by others, it feels like I'm always bowing down to make others feel happy due to my home life. It always felt like I was undeserving of good things happening to me, and that I had fell victim to people pleasing, tolerating disrespect, or difficulty setting boundaries for myself. My stereotypical Asian household comes from pressure, stress, and guilt. The pressure of being compared to other people. Well, he or she's doing this, why aren't you? The stress of achievement pressure, especially academically, and guilt for them doing everything they could do to make sure I lived a fruitful life. And sometimes I wonder if it's me or how I was brought up, and I realize that it's a culmination of everything. As I was searching up my statistical side of this project, I realized there was something common in many articles. Many of these articles had the same common quote, and it said, 85% of people worldwide struggle with low self-esteem, affecting the way they feel about themselves, their values, and their abilities. I wanted to know if anyone else had felt the same way, because I'm sure people are going through the same thing, or maybe even worse. I decided to run my own statistics and thought it'd be cool to see what everyone has to say for themselves. I ran a Google form sheet with 10 questions that questioned the relationship with yourself. 30 people replied to me after reaching out for some help from a diverse group of classmates. As expected, a lot of the outcomes from the Google form depict that a lot of other people feel the same. Questions I asked like, how satisfied are you with your physical appearance? Have you sacrificed relationships, friendships, jobs that have caused you to shrink to be accepted? Most of these graphs take up half or more than half than the whole pie. There's a quote in a book that I'm reading by Stephen Curry, point guard of the Golden State Warriors. No one truly knew how much of a world phenomenon he would be, and considered the world's greatest basketball shooter. For context, in basketball, there are 5 people per team that start for the team. To earn a starting spot means you are one of the league's most elite players. On page 131, he says, I believe in choosing happiness. I couldn't control how it made other people feel that I got the starting nod, but I could choose to just let it make me happy. And there's a lesson in that I take. I can't control how other people feel about me, not even my parents, but I can control how I am to other people and my attitude every day. I can't sit around and wonder if this person likes me or not. In the words of Stephen Curry, I believe in choosing happiness. Whatever makes me happy is something I should do.